Welcome back, everybody. This is Metal Rocker 86, and I'm going to be reviewing another album. You know something? I'm in the mood to review another Def Leppard album. So let's look at Adrenalize. I don't think I need to give Def Leppard's backstory again, but you can check it out in my review of Pyromania. On to the album. Adrenalize is the fifth studio album released by Def Leppard, and it was released on March 31st of 1992. It was the first album they produced themselves, as well as the first album they released after the tragic passing of Steve Clark, who helped write some of the songs for this album. Instead of replacing him with a new band member, they decided to release this album as a foursome. It ranked as high as first on 6 charts, including the US Billboard 200. It is also a 4-time platinum in Canada and a 3-time platinum in the US. It consists of 10 songs and altogether is just over 45 minutes long. On vocals is Joe Elliott. On guitars, both lead and rhythm, except for the acoustic guitar on Tonight, and backing vocals, is Phil Collen. On bass, acoustic guitar on Tonight, and backing vocals is Rick Savage. And finally, on drums and backing vocals is Rick Allen. Now on to the songs, starting with Let's Get Rocked, which was also released as a single, and written by Phil Collen, Joe Elliott, Mutt Lange, and Rick Savage. This is a very up-tempo song. Instrumentation. It has a guitar intro that'll pump you up, and there are some background drums. During the verse, however, the main focus is on the bass and the drums. But in the chorus, which is very catchy, the guitars come in and will adrenalize you. There is also a very awesome guitar solo. The lyrics describe the life of someone who lives carefree. Believe it or not, Bart Simpson was actually part of the inspiration for this song, where they sing, "I'm just your average, ordinary, everyday kid." This was an amazing song on the album, and it really gets you pumped. Now we get to Heaven Is, which was also released as a single, and written by Steve Clark, Phil Collen, Joe Elliott, Mutt Lange, and Rick Savage. This one is also very up-tempo. Instrumentation. It starts off with a cool guitar intro. Then in the verse and chorus, some background drums are added to the awesome guitar riffs. When you get to the solo, you'll think it's very cool. The lyrics describe the kind of woman a guy is interested in who makes him feel good. This was another good song on the album. This next one was also released as a single, and it was written by Steve Clark, Phil Collen, Joe Elliott, and Mutt Lange. It's called Make Love Like a Man. The fast-paced tempo also continues in this one. Instrumentation. It opens up with the chorus where there are some awesome guitar riffs. Then, in the verse, when the vocals are present, the drums are the main focus. And when the vocals are done, it goes into an awesome guitar riff. As for the guitar solo in this one, it will really get you rocking out. The lyrics can be very witty in this one, like when they sing, "I'm a man, that's what I am." But they describe men trying to pick up women and how they're the right kind of man for them. This was another awesome song on the album. Now the tempo slows down as we get to Tonight, which was also released as a single and written by Steve Clark, Phil Collen, Joe Elliott, Mutt Lange, and Rick Savage. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the lead guitar, which is very soothing. At the end of the verse and in the chorus, things get much harder and the drums come in. As for the guitar solo, it's also pretty cool. From what I can see, the lyrics describe a guy who finally gets a date with a woman he's wanted for a long time. This was an okay song on the album. Now we get to White Lightning, which was written by Phil Collen, Joe Elliott, Mutt Lange, and Rick Savage. The tempo starts off a little slower in the intro, but things speed up as time goes on. Instrumentation. It starts off with a guitar intro that sounds very touching. Then, at around the minute and 10 mark, things get a lot harder, and the main focus is on the guitar with some background bass and drums. This song was written as a tribute to their fallen friend and band member Steve Clark, who very sadly passed away of respiratory failure after mixing alcohol with prescription drugs. The band always referred to him as White Lightning, as he often ran around the stage. This was a great song on the album. Now it's time to stand up and kick love into motion. It was also released as a single, and it was written by Steve Clark, Phil Collen, Joe Elliott, and Mutt Lange. The tempo slows down here again. Instrumentation. For the most part, the main focus is on the very soothing guitars with some background bass and drums. However, during the verse, The bass is what stood out to me. The lyrics describe a guy who's trying to get the woman of his dreams. This was an okay song on the album. Now, we get to my favorite song on the album. It's called Personal Property. It was written by Phil Collen, Joe Elliott, Mutt Lange, and Rick Savage. The tempo really speeds up in this one. Instrumentation. It starts off with an intense guitar intro. Then the drums come in and the guitars change to some awesome riffs that'll really get you rocking out. As for the solo in this one, it's also rocking and your head will be banging for sure. The lyrics describe a guy who has the woman of his dreams, but everyone else wants her, but she's his partner. This was an awesome song on the album. This next song asks me a question. Have you ever needed someone so bad? Well, I don't know, but I do know it was also released as a single and written by Joe Elliott, Phil Collen, and Mutt Lange. The tempo slows down in this one. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitars in this one with some background drums. During the verse, things are soft, but in the chorus, things get a lot harder. The lyrics describe a single guy thinking about the woman he needs more than anything. This was a good song on the album. This next song is called I Wanna Touch You, and it was also released as a single, and it was written by Rick Allen, Steve Clark, Phil Collen, Joe Elliott, and Mutt Lange. The tempo speeds up a little in this one. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitars in this one, and they're very hard. You can also hear the drums in the background. As for the lyrics, it's probably best if I don't describe them in this day and age, but this was an okay song on the album. Now we get to the final song on the album, Tear It Down, which was written by Steve Clark, Phil Collen, Mutt Lange, and Rick Savage. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the rockin' guitars, which will get your head banging. There are also some drums in the background. The lyrics describe a guy who sees the woman of his dreams. She plays hard to get, and he chases her. This was a great song to end the album with, and it really ends on a bang. So what did I like about this album? I really enjoyed it. The songs were all very well written. Joe Elliott did a great job on the vocals, and the rest of the band really delivered on the instrumentation. I was really rocking out to this album, and it adrenalized me. As for the song ordering, they got it right too. I really can't say there is anything I would change about this album. To conclude this, I will say you should definitely give Adrenalize a listen, because I know you will enjoy it. Well, that's the end of this review. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to subscribe and share. Until next time, rock on!